But I want all the money in the world. Money don't buy you happiness. Money can't buy you love. Money don't fill this emptiness. But I want all the money in the world. Ooh-wee.
Hello viewers, my name is Nonyere Magata Asadu, a 300 level student of Marketing Department, University of Jos, and with me here are my group members.
Hi.
Okay, we're here to talk about some money myth and corrections. But before I do that, I would like to give a shout out to the head of our department, Dr. Robinson Bandana. I would like to also give a shout out to our level coordinator, Mrs. Otto Margaret, and of course our course lecturer, Mr. Martins Gomuth. And before then, I would also like to define myth as a belief that is not entirely true. Moving on, our podcast title is Money Matters. Okay, so moving on to the first myth I have with me here is the richer you are, the bigger your problems. So guys, let's deliberate on this. What do you guys think about this myth? How does this myth disempowers individuals in the society?
Okay, the richer you are, the bigger your problems are. I think this myth has to do with it tries to people with this mindset feels unmotivated towards achieving their goals because they try to withdraw to avoid problems based on what the myth said. The richer you are, the bigger your problems are. So they have that fear in making more money to avoid problems.
Okay, that's to say they are contented with the way they are. They are like a kind of I'm okay. There's no need of hustling more. Is that what the beat is saying?
Yeah, so they set the standard for themselves, which is low. So they set the low standard for themselves, and they don't aspire to be big.
To avoid more problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they feel
Emphasis
like
on avoiding issues, avoiding problems.
Most people feel like having more money, it will open way for more issues, more problems. So
Okay.
that's how they feel.
Okay. So how are we supposed to correct this myth? How are we supposed to correct this mindset in our society today?
We all know that money answers all things. So with money, you can be able to solve virtually most of your problems.
I also think that once you have money,
Be able to solve your problem flexibly.
Very true.
The easier you solve problems.
Yeah.
and money makes it
The more comfortable you are solving your problems.
And also, we can also all agree to money stops nonsense. Once you
That's
have money,
true. Exactly.
Exactly.
Because when you have money,
We all have problems, right? Irrespective of our financial status, whether rich or poor, we all have problems. So the richer you are, the
more easier.
more easier you have in solving some of your problems.
yeah, and again, the problems are channeled to money. So if you have the money, then you have the ability to solve the problem.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
You know, someone once told me that
Most people feel depressed, but they're actually not depressed. They're just having financial issues that weighing them down.
so almost not all, but almost all problems individuals have is based on monetary problems. So everything is just revolving around money. So I don't know why someone will say they don't want to make money because they have only problems. Even in your broke state, you're still going to have problems to solve. So what's the
Exactly.
essence? You get?
It doesn't matter.
Let's just
Doesn't.
say that money is the actual tool here that we need in order to enhance the way of solving our problems.
and
And it's
also,
the key to success.
True.
So basically, what we're saying is every problem that is the foundation is money.
So if you have money is like a sure way of you fixing your problems. So with money, you have a higher chance of solving your issues and your problems.
and also, we could say that at every stage in life, there are problems.
Yeah.
So that should not even hinder us from going
for that thing.
Instead, we should be determined to make money.
And solve problems with ease. Emphasis on the ease, you know.
I feel like it should serve as a better motivation for us to go get it.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to the next. I have with me here is only a high salary makes you successful or rich. What do we think about this? How does this disempower people in the society?
I think this makes discourages people to be over dependent on the particular source of income. People are very dependent on a particular source of income, which I don't think is okay, and I also think that this myth is actually misleading. For example, when we have two people who make income, who have a job and they earn money, first person mismanages his own while the second one builds assets. I think building assets has more chances to be successful.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are we supposed to correct this myth? How are we supposed to correct this myth in the minds of our youth, in the minds of our parents, in the minds of upcoming children? How are we supposed to correct this myth in the society?
Well, I think to correct this myth in the society, you don't have to depend solidly on your salary alone. We need to seize opportunities.
Very correct.
Because opportunities will always come.
But if we don't seize them, of course we'll stay where we are. There will be no change. So we need to seize opportunities and utilize it when we need to do so.
I also think income, steady income and also investment makes you successful and rich.
Yes, just like she said, we need to seize opportunities. Even with the salary, you can also be working any salary and still have a side business also, yes, that can bring more income to you.
Because if you come to look at it, most of the successful people are not salary earners.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think investing the money or looking for an idea to come up with something that will give you like more income. That's what makes you rich.
I feel like one of the key standards I've always stand to is you should always be on your 10 toes, because that's one of the things my dad has always put me on to. Like, so that whenever any opportunity sweeps before you, you should always be ready to keep and catch it.
So to that, shout out to your dad. Hi, Daddy.
Yes, he's really doing a great job.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Yeah. So with that being said, I want to read a quote from Robert Kiyosaki. It says, "Financial freedom is freedom from fear." Think about that. So let's get back to our myth and corrections. And with me here is savings makes you rich. How does this disempower individuals in our society? Let's discuss on it, guys.
Okay. Savings makes you rich. Many people believe that savings is the key accumulation to wealth, which is not actually true. So it brings about the fear of savings and investment to individuals.
To add to what she said, savings only doesn't make you rich. Maybe for that particular moment, you might feel you are rich, but then it doesn't make you wealthy, because saving your money doesn't add any value to it. And then to be able to escape that mentality of just savings, you need to learn the idea of investing your money, like put it in somewhere that to add value. So the more value you add to it,
and also
the higher your chances of becoming wealthy.
And also looking at an economy like ours, Nigeria.
Yes.
Saving is not the right choice to take.
I like what this guy said. He said savings doesn't make you rich. Like you, each and every one of us here, have that feeling of let me save the money for tomorrow. Let me save the money tomorrow. But if you save, no matter how much you save the money, it has a way of leaking out. And I feel like that is not the mindset we're supposed to get about being rich.
Yes, I feel saving is not entirely bad, but relying on it is what is actually the
Important.
is important.
Yeah. So how are we supposed to correct this mindset? How are we supposed to empower people?
About this particular myth.
I think investment makes you rich.
I like that one.
Yes.
Investment actually makes you rich.
Because saving the money alone,
Doesn't make
It
it
doesn't
grow.
add value. But investing money in businesses will opportunity.
that's
So
what
add-
makes you richer.
Don't forget to add smart investments.
Yes.
Not
Not
just
only-
any
Yes, not
investment.
only investing.
That's why before you invest, you're supposed to make research.
About the investment scheme, do your necessary research. You don't just see things and just jump on them.
So let's say a good investment makes you
Makes you
rich.
rich.
Yeah.
Good investment, because most people do invest in what they don't actually know how the income is. That's bad investment.
Yes.
So when you venture into a bad investment, then you have a high probability of failing. So you have to make a smart investment.
For example, maybe crypto.
Yes.
Crypto is unpredictable.
Exactly.
And that's the risk.
Ah,
That's a risk. There was a recent one that I think they scam people, I think.
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
Ponzi schemes are not investments. Ponzi
Well,
schemes
people
are
take
schemes. That's why they're called
They're
schemes.
Yes. That's why
Yeah.
I saying you should look at the type
Where
of
Yeah, you
where
should
to put
make
your
good
money.
research.
Good research about it before you venture.
You should be sound.
Yes.
Sure.
But some people would think that Ponzi scheme is an investment.
Yes.
If I put my money
Way of making quick money.
when the return came, I'll get
Times two.
yeah, and you see, that's where you're going
Oh
to.
my God.
That's a bad idea.
Sure.
Okay. So moving on to the next. It says you need money to make money. Guys, don't forget.
Our podcast title is
Money matters.
So you need money to make money. Let's dwell on this, guys. How does it empower the society?
I feel this really disempower people because people think you can't do anything without money. So people feel very reluctant. Oh, me, I don't have money.
So I wouldn't start up anything. So you see, it encourages laziness, and it's really, really bad.
and I also think it discourages hard work.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I've seen a meme once when they say,
I don't go quick wake up. Now waiting I go chop. Because you don't have anything to do doesn't mean you sleep all day. You should wake up, think smart, think of ideas, think of things to do. But when you have the idea of I need money to make money, you just be there lazing around. It's disempower so many people in the society.
Like people get to they don't make effort. Since they don't have it, then what's the essence of me trying? I don't have it, so when I have it, I'm going to. I see that's making effort to.
So the lack of money is limiting them.
Yes,
Exactly.
limiting them.
They
And
actually
that,
have the idea, like I have what to do, but I don't have money.
I don't have money to start up
So they
something.
withdraw. They limit it.
The feeling of acting upon it
Yes.
has to be the key cycle around it. So we should just
So basically, we think that myth is not entirely true.
Yes.
that's why it's called a myth after all.
Exactly.
So how are we supposed to correct this myth? How are we supposed to correct this mindset in individuals in our society?
Okay, let me say something. Sorry for cutting short. Okay, so the reality is
people have to understand that you don't really need money to start something, like something meaningful. All you need is sound ideas. You need to be mentally mentally, yeah,
sound.
yes, sure. And then when you come up with good ideas, especially in a country like this, in this generation, you have diverse opportunities to venture into because you have the internet, which most days now you have content creators. And most of them they don't start with money. Okay. All they do is have a good idea what you want to do. And then maybe your phone and your data. You can record something and from there you start earning. So that's it.
And something people that and maybe creating something people are interested of listening.
Yeah.
Just your idea.
Like creating value to the
Yes.
society.
Probably you are supposed to be innovative.
Yes, something
Yes.
innovative.
You have to be
Captivating your audience.
Yes.
The amount of people you view to be like actually captivating from what you're actually seeing.
So the ability to bring in new ideas.
That's something that people will be interested in.
Yes. Like something that will solve a problem. Like when you bring something that someone sees that, okay, what this one is doing, it's actually going to solve my problem.
Yes.
So you see, you are making,
And he'll
and
pay you for
you
it.
can get a reward for that.
Yes. And also we even left out you have to apply skills or to if you have
You need to be skillful.
Skillful. Impacting value.
I just feel this myth, the correction to this myth is have something of value.
You don't actually need the money, like money to be rich. You don't need money to make money. You need idea, you need skills, you need creativity to make money. It doesn't have to be centered on having money to make money. So with that being said, I'd love to drop another quote by Zig Ziglar. It says, money is not everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. Guys, let's breathe in some money oxygen.
That's on a lighter note. So, on to the next. I have on me here is rich people are born lucky. Very interesting. So let's discuss on this. How does this disempower people in our society, guys?
Okay. I have an opinion on this. So people who hold on to this belief have that mindset that maybe because they're not born into a rich family,
And then compared to other people who are maybe, let's say, financially stable in the community. So these people who are not born into so rich families have this idea that because I'm not born into this particular family, I have a lower chance of making it in life. So normally that will disempower. How would I say?
Unmotivated.
Sure.
Unmotivated,
That will motivate someone to strive for a higher standard in life or higher goals.
so that's what I think.
because he or she feels they are not born lucky.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So how are we supposed to correct this mindset? How are we supposed to correct this thought in individuals, like in people in the society?
Well, wealthy people make sacrifices. They work very hard in order to make it in life. For instance, Dangote was born in an influential family, and that doesn't stop him from making more wealth. He worked very hard, he strived, he made a lot of sacrifice, and he's one of the richest men in Africa today.
Sure.
Yeah, and don't forget about consistency.
Keyword.
If you start something, you have to be constantly.
Okay, so what's it?
No
Let's
matter
go
the
with resilience and consistency.
yes,
Exactly.
Because you have to be resilient to be consistent.
yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Okay, guys, moving on to the next. Margaret Bonanno says, and I quote, being rich is having money. Being wealthy is having time. Think about that. Digest it. So, guys, let's go back to our myth and corrections. And the next on the list is successful people are brilliant. Okay? What do you have to say about this myth? How do we disempower this myth in our society today?
Well, I think that this myth underrates people that are not educated. Let me say they are not educated, or people that are not opportune to have access to education, because they will feel like, okay, or people that look down on themselves, they will say that, okay, I'm not smart. Let me use myself as an example. I'm not smart. Then I have this smart person close to me. Then I will now say, okay, since I'm not as smart as that person, why will I like disturb myself? Let me just give up. There's no point. But that does not mean that you're not smart at all. Everybody is born with his own uniqueness. So being brilliant, to me, is it disempower people. That's how I see it. It disempower people because they limit themselves to a certain level.
Okay, and I think it also affects our self-esteem.
Yes.
Makes people have low self-esteem, not targeting or planning on being successful. Yeah, people just feel like I don't have the educational access, so what's the point? I might as well just be comfortable where I am.
It discourages people from thinking they could reach that extent of personal growth.
Like them not having confidence on themselves.
It makes them to downgrade themselves.
I've seen people kill their own dreams with their own hands.
Really?
Just because they feel like, this person is different and I'm not just built like that.
Okay, other people are smart.
I think that's what you're saying, because they don't feel like they are as smart as that person is, or maybe
Because-
they don't have the level of education that person has. So whatever it is they think they will do, they won't be up to that level.
It's like in the set of friends, you can have, like in your friends, the one that goes to school, like the one that is brilliant. You guys, like they do rate him more than the other. They'll be like, okay, since this one is educated, then
They always look up to him.
yeah, that's just the
smart
one.
one.
He's the smart, he's just the smart one.
Because they believe he knows
They believe
everything.
He knows everything. Yes.
And
Okay, so
Sometimes-
how are we supposed to correct this myth? How are we supposed to correct this myth? How are we supposed to correct this mindset in the society?
So the reality is, not everyone is like brilliant. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. So you feeling you're not brilliant enough to be successful the way this person is, that's the limitation that you have to break free from. So what I feel you should do is find your own strengths, find something you're good at,
And keep to it.
yes, just do something you're good at. That's it.
Also agree that there are lots of smart people that are not brilliant.
Some are school dropouts.
Okay, man.
Some never went
Yes,
to
some
school
of
at
them.
all.
Yes,
And they're still successful.
Very, very,
but,
very well
but they still made it in life.
very well.
Not all of them, not all of
Actually, the
them.
most successful people in this life or in this world are people that did not
Go to school.
Some of them, some of them.
Some,
Not all of
yes,
them.
no,
Some
yes,
of
I
them.
agree.
And
Some
some
of
They are
are
not
even the ones that are
educated.
even worst in class.
Exactly.
But you see them making it now.
And also,
For
some
example, Pella, who didn't actually go to school,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
making it.
But he's actually making
It's
it.
Yes,
also
he's
making
actually
use of
making
You're right.
social media.
Yeah.
Like I think this book, Think Big by Ben Carson. Ben Carson was the dullest
Dullest
in his
class.
class.
And he's the best neurosurgeon in the world.
He had wrote exams for several times. And he had to struggle and struggle before he got the last one.
Wow.
Wow. That's determination and resilience.
Yeah.
He still didn't give up, despite the fact he's the dullest in the class.
I feel like our generation nowadays get to that point that the moment they've tried once, twice, you feel like it's as if
done.
I'm doing too much.
I'm done.
Easy giving too much. They will just give up.
Sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes it's pressure from parents or something. Because the way the country is now, imagine your parents like sponsoring your first exam, your second exam, your third exam, and you keep failing. But at the end of the day, maybe
But
they'll
they
say
will-
you
they
should
will
go
not
to the farm
even
or
pay
something.
another
They'll
one.
decide not to pay it again at
Just
all.
got married.
And if you're lady, they will ask you to marry. Or maybe probably when you get someone that was going to sponsor it for you when you get married.
Who cultivate that bitch? You don't want to farm.
I remember my brother telling his daughter, because she kept on writing jam over and over, she couldn't get it. So the last time she went to register, he thought that this is the last time I'm registering for you. If you don't get it, I'm not sponsoring you again. So she went, and that really helped her. She worked harder, and that was the last time she got it. So you can see how these things impact people's lives.
That will motivate her.
Yes.
Give her that.
So it really helped people.
Okay, guys. So on to the next myth we have here. It says you need to be good with maths to be good with money. Mathematics and money.
Wow.
Okay. Please, how is this myth disempowering to individuals in our society?
Okay. I feel like people with this mindset like get to be discouraged since they don't know math. Like they feel they cannot be good with money. So they think, okay, I don't know how to calculate or to solve some equations. That's the school aspect of math. So like they feel set back, self-discouraged. Like they discourage themselves. Yeah, they discourage themselves from.
You don't have confidence.
They don't have
when it
that
comes to
confidence.
monetary aspect.
When they come to money, like they will be bad. Not that they are bad, but
They have the feeling
They
that
they have
feelings.
feelings like.
They are literally bad.
And I also think that most importantly, it undermines financial education.
Yes.
Most like we can even check it out for ourselves. Most of us here are running from accounting.
But if they give you money,
hate accounting.
but if they give you money,
Yeah, they will just be.
you go count and
accounting.
count.
No problem.
You go count
forget
and
the
don't worry.
fact that like you are
Because most of them are running from accounting because they believe that it has to do with calculation. And there's no how they can cope in order to move and calculate, like suffer towards it. So they just have to run away from it.
I would like to give a practical example about my boss that I worked under sometimes back. The moment I came before him, I was like, I want to serve so time under you till this specific period of time. He was now wanting to know my background and how good I am in mathematics, just so that I can manage the money well.
Seriously.
So that alone keeps
Keep
so,
ringing.
so you see him like he was thinking if you're good at math, then you don't have to
Exactly.
like, you don't have
Talking
problem
about
with
that,
his finance.
I can remember when I was in, I think, primary school. I came back home and I had an A in mathematics. So when my uncle saw my result, he was like, you go sabi money well, oh." He was very like. That was the first thing he said because obviously you having an A in mathematics,
Do you know what
money,
that means?
that kind of feeling. So yeah, I can relate to this. So how are we supposed to correct this mindset in our society? How are we supposed to correct this mindset in individuals?
Okay. I feel you being good with money, it's not only when you are good at math. If you have like financial behavior, like you know how to handle money when it comes
Financial discipline.
to financial discipline.
Exactly.
Possibly
Yes.
an example, our uneducated market women.
Those women never use calculators
Yes.
and they never make mistakes. Okay, never say never, but they rarely make mistakes with their
And nobody can
calculations.
cheat them.
You can maths past everybody.
More than
Those
Before you
women.
finish
They
calculating,
can
like,
just
Yeah, in fact, they are done.
They can just stay here, take your
and
tea.
this
And this is
Why
And you have to
are
stand and
calculating in your head?
Trying to
that
tell
you're educated,
Mama
you're
Opa.
calculating.
you are trying to bring out your phone to calculate. Why she has done that already?
Yes.
She
Like,
never
you can
saw,
see.
most of them
She has
never
never
saw the
actually
4 walls.
None of them have calculators.
In fact, they use their head, their brain.
The thing is, they don't most of them don't have access to calculators. They never had an access to the four walls of the classes. They never had tutors or anything. But they are good when it comes to money.
Somebody
They are very good when it comes to money. Like, they make no mistakes.
You could give them the calculator yourself. Some of them will like.
They will not use. They will just tell you that you can't go to the part. They'll tell you to keep it aside. That there's no need. Just drop them for there.
Yeah, someone like my mom, she never went to school. But when it comes to money,
They're not joke, Peter.
I wonder why. I wonder how.
You go always bring back that change.
As a woman, and you definitely bring it back.
And if you start narrating it, where they can give you one proper financial breakdown. On
You're thinking you are smarter, but you will go school.
You cannot outsmart them.
The reality is, education doesn't, like, your knowledge in maths, maybe it might help, but it has nothing to do with you knowing how to handle money.
No, possibly you will say experience.
Yes.
Experience with money.
Experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, sure.
Yes. And if you go to terminals, like all these big shops, you see they have small children in there. Before you know it, these children are growing. So their knowledge of the
Counting money
figures,
or
yes,
dealing with money
is high.
So the more you do it,
The more you do
easier
it, like
gets for you.
practically, you are seeing
Yes.
money every day, you are counting it. So you have that knowledge of
Handling money.
And some of the children they don't even go to school.
Yes.
Sure. But then maybe let's say it's important. Like education is important. Yeah, sure. It's important.
Very important. Do not just present yourself in a bank and say, "Oh, my, you get experience."
It plays a vital role in the society. Had it been we weren't educated, we wouldn't have seated down here. That's just it.
Professionality. That's part of the process.
All right, guys, let me drop another quote by Norman Vincent. It says, and I quote, "Empty pockets never held anyone back. Only empty heads and empty hearts can do that." So there's no limitations to empty pockets. Let's get that.
I think I'll keep this mix. I need it. For someone. Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So moving on to the next. The next myth I have here says, retirement savings are only for old people. I can't see any old person here. So how does this disempower people in the society? Retirement savings are only for old people.
Well, I feel like the moment I started getting more wiser, I started looking up to my older siblings, my parents, uncles and aunties, like, you guys are the one who are collecting salary. You're the one that is supposed to be good with this savings habit. So why not let me relax, as I don't have the background of earning salary. So looking up to them actually gave me an avenue for feeling like I don't have a say when it comes to savings.
Most importantly, I feel this myth actually discourages mostly the young.
Yes.
And also it's generally for everyone. Everyone can invest, but mostly it's actually discouraging the young.
Because they always feel, I still get time, I'm
still young.
Yes. So they are only of saving now.
And they like using
After I'm not taking care of anybody.
They like using this scenario. I'm under 16.
No, it's sweet 16.
Sweet 16, rather.
But also the myth also states that retirement.
Yes.
Okay. I'm young.
I'm young.
I never retire.
I never retire. Time still dey.
Retirement at my age.
And they believe that time still dey.
It's more like he who plans to fail fails. He who fails to plan plans to fail. Yeah. So how are we supposed to correct this? Like, how are we supposed to correct this myth in the society?
Well, I think for you to like start something for yourself, you don't need to wait until you grow old or when you think you're retiring from office before you start saving. As youth, as early as possible, you can start something
have a
with
backup plan.
Yes, a backup plan. You can always start so that you'll be able to use it and invest and do investment with money or something like
Even
that.
if
You
they
don't have to
start
wait
from
for
there,
you to
they
be like till you're old
In your
then you like
30s.
no. Doesn't I don't see it that way.
This inspires everyone to plan for a future.
Yeah.
Just make hay while the sun shines.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like even as little as 15 naira per day.
Sounds funny, but
It sounds very
It's
funny.
something.
Even as little as the penny is, you can
15
start
naira,
from
He say
scratch.
as little as 15 naira. If you are starting to save at a very young age,
Age.
if you calculate that 15 naira till time that you are
Time
going
you're
to
going
get
to
old,
get
it's not a
tired.
small money.
Like some of us,
But
imagine
we all know that
imagine
Nigeria
you-
economy will shock you.
yes.
Exactly.
Saving,
And now it's
what-
already shocking
what-
us.
15 naira value now.
But then despite the economic issues we have, that does not mean we couldn't
That
we
should
should
not
not
stop you
save.
from
It doesn't
saving,
mean
yes.
we just have
You
to
can
be
still
programmed
save.
and intentional about it.
You can always start from somewhere.
just have an investment plan for your retirement.
That's
And that's
Exactly.
just what I feel this whole thing is about. So moving on to the next myth, it says investment is only for the wealthy. Guys, let's jump on this. What do you guys think? How does this disempower the society?
The wealthy.
Investment is only for the wealthy.
Wealthy.
So if you're not wealthy, you're not supposed to invest.
I feel this is very, very
Unrealistic.
yes.
Exactly.
Because you see people think since I don't have money. Well, how much did I even get? How much I get? Waiting I want chop, waiting I want
Invest.
waiting I want
Invest.
invest, that kind of thing.
Exactly.
So it really discourages people. People feel like I don't know, this money is not even enough for me. So how much would I even save? How much would I even use? So
For
it
investment.
The thing is, they don't want to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Because they feel like what they have is never enough.
Yes,
Never
they
enough.
don't want to like
We are winding.
sacrifice some of what they have to build another more wealth for themselves. So they think, okay, I don't have this, so why would I do this?
Do this.
Okay, so how is
But
supposed to
on most
correct?
instances, you can't blame them.
Yeah, some people have little knowledge of investment.
Some is just the mindset.
If you say little knowledge of investment, it comes with fear.
Yeah.
You can have the knowledge,
Only
but
risk
you can
takers
fear.
invest.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're not a risk taker, you won't be
cannot
able to
I don't
invest.
invest. Yes.
Be you wealthy or
Or,
poor,
or,
you need to have the capacity to take risk to be able to invest. So how do you guys think we should correct this myth? How are we supposed to correct this myth in the society?
well, I think you don't need to be rich in order to invest. From the little you have, you can just have something, and at the end of the day, you must not have enough of money before you can invest.
Just start small.
Just start.
Small.
Anyhow you start, just start something. That's what matters most.
Be it a business or any skill.
Just as our lecturer said, you should think global and act local.
Exactly.
Yes.
I love that.
You're right.
Like example, all these roadside hawkers that have small business, before you know, they will grow to kiosks, shops, and before you know, they have a company of themselves.
Yes.
They started from somewhere.
So they start from somewhere. So you see, they
So you
are,
must not be wealthy
before you
Yes,
do
you must
something.
not be.
So let's say if you earn, example, 1,000 a day, you can save. Let's not say you save half of the money, which is 500. You can just save maybe 200 from it every day.
Okay. Well, all your contributions are well noted. Thank you all for honoring my invitation on this podcast, in as much as you're my group members. So we've officially come to the end of this podcast, and don't forget, our podcast title is
Money
matters.
Thank you guys for watching.
for listening. I remember your humble host,
Nanyerem Agatha Asadu. Bye.
Wanna be on Forbes if wishes were horses. Is it too much? It's not too much. If I want money, me, I do what dance I got to say. If I want money, me, I'ma buy my shojo, I'ma buy my foya, I'ma buy me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, yeah, yeah. be